Hello everyone. This video here is going to be part 2, a continuation of a previous video that I uploaded called Gulf War Illness Real? I've talked to a lot of Gulf War illness veterans. One of the things that I tend to get is I get these jolts throughout my entire body. The best way I can explain this, just like a shot of pain that shoots out somewhere along your body. A lot of times they tend to be along the spine, my back, shoulder, the back here of my neck, the occipital nerve back here. Jolts of pain are very intense. When they hit me in the back of the head, it almost feels like somebody took a hammer to the back of my head and almost knocked me unconscious. I mean, they just, boom, hit you so hard. I was diagnosed with occipital neuralgia, and I have a sensitive spot, a trigger point in the occipital nerve on the left side of my skull. When I went to the ER the other day, the doctor there, who had informed that Gulf War illness was not real, I explained, I get them all over the place. However, most of the time tend to shoot up along my spine and come up the back of my neck. It hits that occipital nerve right in this area here, and when it does that, a lot of times I could feel the pain ripple across the crown of my head and right on my right eye socket. You have to forgive my drawings. I'm not Picasso. I still draw stick people, but anyway, it's almost like this jolt of pain shoots straight across over to my right eye socket, and it just hurts like hell. Getting to the doctor's statement, one of the things he had mentioned was the fact that that was not possible because the occipital nerve is not connected to the optical nerve. And that is true, and he also mentioned the fact that it's not possible because of the fact that you have the occipital nerve is on the outside here, and you have this skull in between there. So it's impossible for whatever is affecting the occipital to go straight across into your eye socket. And that makes perfect sense. However, looking from an engineering standpoint, tends to look at the troubleshooting of when it comes to communications, network, and so forth. I'm going to try to break this down from an engineer's point of view. Okay, and I'm going to use this diagram to try to explain what's going on. Anyway, here's the occipital nerve that's affecting me in the back of the skull. Here's the optic nerve going into the eyeball. There's two different circuitries, and I'm using TV cables and splitters to demonstrate this. Anyway, if I take this cable, if I take and isolate the occipital nerve, and if I put a loopback plug right on that nerve, you'll see that when I come in here with my tester, I have conductivity, as the light demonstrates. However, when I come over to the optic nerve, you see that the light is not going on. However, if I go to the occipital nerve, I have conductivity, light's going on. The human nervous system is a very complex system, and it is all interconnected somewhere along the line. See, if I isolate the nerves themselves, it's only going to show the nerve that's affected. However, if I go further down into the network of the nervous system, and I put the loopback plug somewhere else, and I come back to both nerve systems, and I test them, you'll see that they light up. Come back over to this one, and again they light up. So now both the optic nerve and the occipital nerve are firing up. However, if I go down to this other nerve system down here that's not connected, directly branched to it, let's say that's going to digestive system. You go in here and nothing's happening there. So now let's take the loopback plug. Let's go further down into the nervous system. Okay, so I have my loopback plug all the way further down, right? Go in here and we have a light. Go in here into the optic nerve and again we have a light. Go in here, the digestive system, and again we have a light. So as you can see, just because this right here, what I was trying to explain to the doctor, that when I get these jolts of pain that shoot the occipital and they shoot across and they hit my eye socket also. So basically this entire top portion of it just hits that entire region, but it's mostly focused here and here in the eye socket. You look at troubleshooting the network, right? If there's a defect somewhere further down that electrical system, the nervous system, that's an electrical system in your body. If there's a defect somewhere along there, of course it's going to affect other components. Now, let's just think of it this way. A taser. A taser, what does it do? When the cops turn around and tase somebody, okay, it sends a shock throughout your entire body. It sends, basically what that thing is doing, it's sending a huge amount of current through your entire electrical system. You could get tased in your butt cheek and you're going to go down because it's just thrown the entire nervous system out of whack. What the doctor was saying that this is the optical nerve is irrelevant. I mean, the optical nerve is irrelevant to the occipital nerve. That's not correct. It's not correct because they're all interconnected one way or another. If that was the case, I mean, think about it. When you talk about the nervous system, each part of the nervous system, yes, they control certain areas of the body. However, they're still connected into that entire network. If that was the case, if they function totally independent, right? Think about it. If you were tased in your butt cheek, only your butt cheek would be affected. You would go into the stiff mode and drop down to the ground. I'm going to close it up here. And this is just to further elaborate on what the doctor was telling me, that there was no such thing as Gulf War illness, and that it is impossible for the occipital nerve to affect the optical nerve. A lot of Gulf War veterans that I've talked to, they go through this every single day. It happens every single day and several times a day. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching this and hoping it was educational for you. Thank you.